Hey everyone, my name is Eric Perry. I'm one of the co-chairs for the Membership and Marketing Committee for the Arizona Roofing Contractors Association. I'm a contractor member.
And I'm Tyler, and we are with ARCA. I am an associate member. We are on the Membership Marketing Committee, and today we're going to be going over some of the benefits of becoming a member and what it looks like, and what it entails once you get into your membership, and some of the things that we can look at that are going to bring added value to your company and to you as a contractor or an associate member.
So some of the things that we're going to talk about today is the different type of training, education, resources, and support, and the different events, as well as the ARCA's website, and how you can become involved with ARCA. And we're going to talk a little bit about the Arizona Roofing Industry Foundation too, or commonly called ARIF, and give you a little bit of education about that. Okay.
Right off the bat, we want to get you some contact information. So if you have any questions as we're going through the presentation, feel free to reach out to this phone number here, 602-335-0133, or send a direct email to ARCA at arca@azroofing.org.
So a little bit of history about ARCA. ARCA was established in 1969, and it's Arizona State Trade Association for roofing contractors and associates pertaining to the roofing contracting industry in Arizona. There are two categories of membership. One of them is contractors. That is where you have a general contractor's license or a roofing specific CR42 license. And then there's the associate membership.
Yeah, and as an associate, this can be any member that supports the roofing industry or wants to network with roofers, get to know the roofing contractors, support them. It can be a product guy, it could be an insurance representative, anything that really would add value to the roofing industry and the ARCA committee as a whole. They have an associate member membership that they can bring you in on, so you can join the events and get more involved.
Yeah, and really just any industry relating to business. So you can have, fleet people, you can have bankers, you can have finance people. So associate members isn't a company necessarily that's directly related to the roofing industry. It's a company that's related to anything regarding business. If you have a service that you can provide to other businesses, then likely you're a good fit as an associate member for ARCA. So ARCA is a statewide trade association, but it supports the entire state of Arizona.
Yeah, ARCA membership is not just for individual memberships, but they have memberships for the entire companies. Anyone from a company that is an ARCA member is welcome to participate in networking, sporting, social events, and trainings, etc.
Yeah, so that means that if you work for John Smith Roofing, John Smith that signed up for John Smith Roofing to be a member of ARCA, it's not just benefits for John Smith. This is benefits for every single person that works for John Smith Roofing and applicable for the same companies with the associate members.
Now, the ARCA membership runs on a calendar year from January through December, and we welcome new members throughout the year. The membership renewal process begins in November, allowing members to use money in their Q4 budget to pay for next year's membership. The renewal deadline is January 15th, and payment options include online, call, scan, or fax, email, credit card to ARCA, mail-in check to ARCA office. Do you want to talk about the sponsorships, Eric?
Yeah, so there are 4 levels of sponsorships. So in addition to just being a member of ARCA, you can also have an opportunity to be involved in the sponsorship. So they are bronze, there's silver sponsors, there's gold sponsors, and there's platinum sponsors. And each level of sponsorship comes with additional added benefits to you as a member. So some of the funds that are raised, or the funds that are raised from the sponsorship program at ARCA, ensures that ARCA is able to provide free training for its members.
Yeah, and we're going to get into some of the free trainings here. One of my personal favorites as an associate member is, because we are in the field, our guys are on roofs as well, just like roofers, is the safety training that's offered. It's free to members, free to associates, and some of the safety trainings that are offered by ARCA are OSHA 10, OSHA 30, rigging, and we also have fall protection training, CPR, first aid, weather and personal injury, back injury, hazard communication, confined spaces, silica, ladder safety, PPE, fire extinguishers, and much more. So if you're currently paying for safety training through a third-party safety organization, you could easily take those costs, put them into ARCA, pick up the free safety training, and tack on so much more.
Yeah, and ARCA has, on average, provided free education and free training to well over 1,000 members. So if any of these trainings are interesting to you, you can always go and check out the events calendar, which we'll get to when we talk about the website. But again, that website was azroofing.org.
And another huge benefit to these safety trainings is that it's going to lower your insurance premiums. There are not only insurance companies who are associate members here with ARCA who can provide you value and guidance through a safety issue, but sending your crew and your company to these trainings, insurance companies are going to be looking at this, and they're going to start to lower your premiums because they're going to see the value that you put behind into reinvesting into your employees when it comes to safety.
ARCA does provide training to the entire state, but if you're outside of the rural metro area, it's required to have at least 10 people registered for us to be able to send trainers out to you. So if you're in Flagstaff, if you're in Prescott, if you're in Tucson, or anywhere in those areas outside of the Phoenix metro area, as long as you have 10 people registered for the training class, then we'll be able to provide the trainers to go out and provide that training for you. ARCA also has several various education classes that we offer. These classes are put on by the Education Committee co-chairs, Jerry Brown and Brian Hill with RECORP. The classes include system-specific classes about shingles, coatings, insulation, metal flashings, fabrication of those metal flashings, modified membranes, profit and markup, wind uplift, cool roofing, even cedar shake and wood shingles.
So some of the additional classes and education that ARCA offers are the tile roofing certification, forklift certification, drug and alcohol reasonable suspicion, defensive driving, accident investigation, and various technology trainings. Keep in mind too, there are webinars that ARCA puts out. So if you can't get your team in person to some of these classes, keep an eye out on their events page on their website. They do a lot of webinars that you can actually do remote trainings from the office as well.
Yeah, and if you have any other ideas of any other type of educational classes that you would like to see coming from ARCA, you can always email those requests to arca@azroofing.org.
I know one of my favorite parts about these classes is getting myself and my team included into what are the industry best practices and what are some of the other roofers out there doing, what are they looking for, and this holds the standard in the industry, you guys, so that you can ensure that your team is out there doing things the correct way, okay, doing things to the standard that the customers expect, and making sure we're just providing the most value as possible.
Absolutely.
So let's talk a little bit about some of the affiliations that ARCA partners up with. National Roofing Contractor Association, Western States Roofing Contractors Association, Arizona for Fair Contracting, Roofing Alliance with ADOSH, and National Women in Roofing. You want to break a couple of these down, Eric?
Yeah, so ARCA and the NRCA work closely together to provide up-to-date information on the roofing industry. ARCA supports the NRCA's Roof Pack program, Day at DC, and many more things that they do. You'll often find NRCA employees and board members at our annual Roofing Expo, either attending the event or there as guest speakers. ARCA also supports Western States Roofing Contractors Association, and several of our members are actually on the Western States Board of Directors. And ARCA and ADOSH have developed an alliance in 2017. We meet once a month to discuss what ADOSH is seeing out on the job sites and develop solutions on how to make sure that every employee is able to go home to their family and be safe. There's two levels of this alliance. Roofing contractors are welcome to participate in the monthly meetings. And then there's also signatories and participants that have signed an agreement with ADOSH on safe practices, as well as the National Women in Roofing that promotes women in roofing as well as empowers women in a male-dominant industry, and Arizona's for Fair Contracting. So next, let's talk about some of the resources and support that ARCA has to offer. So we do have a digital safety manual that you have access to, as well as the ARCA library. There's different ways that you can request information from the ARCA library and how to check out the library material. But again, if you have any questions for those, you can always reach out to the office. And we also offer resources and support regarding OSHA support, the Register of Contractors support, technical committee support, training room availability. So the training room that we're hosting this class in today, you have access to as well on days that it's availability, as well as our quarterly newsletter that we put out called The Base Sheet.
Yeah, let's break a couple of these things down. So talking about the safety manual, it's available online. It provides access to the document no matter where you are. The manual is a member benefit and you must be logged in to view it. Within our ARCA library, you can visit us at the ARCA office. You can check out the materials in person, and we will have 2 weeks to return it. So it's just like a library where you're checking out books. They put a time frame on it. You got 2 weeks to do what you need to do with it, and then just get it back for someone else to use in the future. If you're requesting via phone or email, please be specific to your request, and ARCA will mail you the items. You have 2 weeks to return the material. As far as support goes, ARCA is here to support you in relations with the ROC and ADOSH. Personally speaking, I had an incident with one of my employees getting hurt on a job, and I didn't really know what to do or how to handle it. I was able to reach out to some people here on the board at ARCA, and they were able to point me in the right direction to the chair of the safety committee, who walked me through step-by-step how to handle the incident. Technical committee and support. Do you have a technical question? You can contact ARCA office, and they will work with the technical committee to provide an answer. Responses typically take place within 24 hours. So if there's something going on the job you just haven't seen before, it's that one-off situation, you have a place to go to reach out to with a committee of highly experienced roofers that will take a look at your situation, come up with the best answer possible for you, and get it back to you. That way you're not alone out there. Training room availability. Members are welcome to use the training room. The room has been utilized for presentations, company safety trainings, and interviews. The training room has seated for 30 people comfortably, a large TV screen with laptop hookup, oversized screen with a projector, and a movable wipe-off board. The training room can be reserved by emailing the ARCA office with date and time questions and options. Base sheet features up-to-date articles and pertinent information for the roofing industry. Base sheet is distributed on a quarterly basis to everyone in the ARCA database. If you are not receiving communication from ARCA, please contact the office to verify. We have the correct email in the system, and to check your spam or junk folders for communications. Add arca@azroofing.org to your contacts to make sure you're getting the proper emails. All right, guys, here's some resources and support contact information. Save these numbers in your phone so that when you need them, you're ready to go. Okay, we've got some of the ARCA staff over here and the technical committee. So this is when you run into that technical problem. These are the people you want to reach out to direct.
So some of the examples of things that people have asked to the technical committee is questions about like apply deck and Duracoat, product specific questions, if they need answers to the required height of penetrations through the roof, or they're looking for specific codes or rules.
Yeah, and like if you're looking for a re-roof on a mobile home that has a fabric or metal roof, how do you tie into it? Verifying venting required on foam. Do you not want to have vents on foams with flat roofs?
Yeah, or even looking for code verbiage pertaining to decking, under shingle roofing, or anything like that. So the technical committee typically will respond within 24 hours. And I have personally used the technical committee a couple of times. If I do have any questions pertaining to code, hey, how do I find this? Hey, this is what I ran into. I'm pretty sure it's code. Is it? Found out it wasn't, whatever the case is. So it's just a network of people that have the education or the resources available to help you quickly get the answers that you need for whatever situation you're in.
All right, you guys, let's talk about some of the events that ARCA puts on. This allows for camaraderie with other roofers, information, and mentoring.
Yeah, so some of the events that we have is the training and education and informational events, social networking events, annual roofing expo and trade show, lunch and learns, lunch and dinner meetings as well, where there's education, as well as sporting events and a whole lot more.
Who can participate? ARCA members are welcome to participate in all events. Pre-registration is required on training and educational opportunities and sporting events. Pre-registration is requested for networking events. Non-members are encouraged to join us at networking, sporting, and expo events. As a benefit to ARCA members, non-members are not allowed to participate in safety trainings.
And so as far as the Membership and Marketing Committee schedules networking and social events throughout the year, some of these events, annual events, include the Arizona Roofing Industry Foundation, or ARIF, golf tournament, which supports the scholarship program. There's spring training social. There's the spring sporting clay tournament, riders rally. Again, they have rides in the spring and the fall, as well as off-road rides. Spring golf tournament, the Diamondbacks social event, as well as ARF Phoenix Bowling Tournament supporting new pathways for youth, and ARF Tucson Bowling Tournament, which supports youth on their own. The annual Roofing Expo, only roofing industry specific convention and trade show in Arizona that's nationally recognized trade show featuring the latest products and technologies, also includes fall sporting clay tournament and fall golf tournament, and then of course our annual holiday party. Sponsorship opportunities are available for these networking events, and it's a great way to have companies come and have exposure to the ARCA members, as well as who are generally recognized on the event page as well, and social media and signage at the event. And Lunch and Learns. Lunch and Learns, Phoenix and Tucson educational, informative topics vary depending on requests and industry needs. So if you have any requests for topics for Lunch and Learns, you can always email those requests to arca@azroofing.org. Lunch and dinner meetings provide an opportunity for associate members to present and to inquire about presenting to an ARCA dinner. Please email the ARCA office. And then there's sporting events like golf and sporting clays, tournaments twice a year, once and in spring and at convention, plus 2 bowling tournaments that support the Arizona Roofing Industry Foundation. In terms of the events, they're usually very highly attended events. In addition to the ones that we spoke about, ARCA is also starting a trivia night, a car show, and they're in talks with starting maybe a fishing tournament. So we're always open to ideas about events that are just fun networking opportunities for the associate and the contractor members. I personally attend most of these events. I send my team to these events. It's an opportunity for like a Diamondback social, for example. You have a team that's just been working their butts off for you all year long. You can always gift them some tickets and allow them to go and enjoy, some food, some drinks, some networking, and just watch a baseball game. And it's also an opportunity for you to continue to get in front of the membership. So I'll let Tyler talk a little bit about the advantages of that coming from an associate member. For me, a contractor member, one of the biggest advantages that I get out of ARCA in general, for myself personally, is that networking and the relationships. Building some really super solid relationships with a lot of people that are in my industry that go through and do some of the same things that I do. You really create, good, long-lasting friends out of it. And it's a big benefit that I get out of it, is building those relationships through other roofing contractors, through associate members, suppliers, manufacturers, anything to that degree. So
yeah, well said, Eric. As an associate member, we love sponsoring these events. We love being able to get in front of roofing contractors and other business organizations that could use our services. So it helps us get the word out from a business standpoint, but also, like you said, just being able to get the team out there and reward them for just putting in that hard work, whether it's the Diamondbacks game, or one of my personal favorites is the bowling event that we do, where we actually take a lot of the proceeds from the events and we start giving this money back to charity. So not only are you able to network and socialize, able to provide an outlet for your team to hang out and collaborate, but now you are taking some of the funding from these events and able to put it to a good cause. And
some of these events like the bowling are family involved too. So you have, people bring their entire family. I know I do. I bring all of my kids, and it's a good time. So there's events where you get to go and you get to network and you get to be with other people in your industry and with the association. There's also events where it's super fun. You can bring your family, have them get involved, and just make a really fun day out of it. So this is what our website looks like. Again, that is azroofing.org. When you get to the website, you'll find a few tabs up at the top. This one here in the middle, looking for a trustworthy contractor for a new roof. So this is a resource for the homeowner that we have, to where they can have help finding a roofing contractor for lead generation to benefit you as a contractor member. Also additional resources and information for the homeowner as far as questions they should be asking, how to understand a bid, things they should be looking for, and our events. If you wanted to join ARCA, if you're not a member, that is the first tab at the very top where it says Join ARCA. You can fill out the information, fill out the application to join. Tyler, do you want to tell them where they can find where our events are?
Yeah, absolutely. So there's a couple tabs over here to the events tab. This is going to take you to the ARCA calendar, where you're going to see a list of all the upcoming events that we've previously talked about in slides, as well as a lot of the trainings that are happening. So if you're looking for the technical trainings, the safety trainings, or any of the events, this is where you're going to go ahead and select. And just notice, you guys, like Eric was saying, what pops off to you on this page when you look at it? It's this big button in the middle, and it's this big yellow button to the side. We're funneling and pointing the direction of homeowners to the roofing contractors, and this is instant credibility. When you are a roofing contractor that is part of ARCA, we know as a homeowner that you care about the industry standard because you're going to the safety events, you're going to the training events, okay? You're looking for best practices. So this really cuts out a lot of the other roofing contractors out there who may not value these things, and helps you get right to the cream of the crop.
Absolutely. And then as you continue on to look at the top, that's where you can have a list of some of our other members. It will also break down if they're a part of a committee, like if you're looking for the safety and technical committee and you can't remember what their names are, that will be broken down, as well as our past newsletters, resources where you're going to find the digital library and the safety manual, and just contact information for ARCA. So again, that is azroofing.org. Check it out, and that's where you'll find this information.
Okay, let's talk about advocacy for a minute here. Dedicated to protecting the interest of roofing and the construction industry in Arizona. Okay, advocacy and legislative support. Arizonans for Fair Contracting, current and ongoing efforts, proportional liability shifting, transaction privilege tax, and 1099 versus employee. Let's break that down a little bit, Eric.
Yeah. In regards to the Arizonans for Fair Contracting, ARCA pays dues to hold a seat on the Arizonans for Fair Contracting. So this is an added benefit to our members. And we also raise funds or pay dues. Our dues goes towards a lobbyist to fight some of these efforts. So for example, the alliance with ADOSH right now is working on fighting for us as they're in communications about trying to limit our time as roofing contractors on the roof relating to the heat index. They're trying to dictate a particular time based on the heat index that we need to exit and come off of the roof.
Yeah, and so like as a roofing contractor or someone that's in the construction industry, these are things we're typically not focused on. We're out there trying to make this business happen, trying to make these jobs happen. And this organization helps protect us on the back end and fight this negative legislation that's coming down and make us aware of it, but also helps to raise money to defend us against it. We just had an event that we did that was a cornhole event. I believe there was over 58 teams. We helped raise money at that event in order to help fund some of the lobbyists on the back end to help fight the legislation.
Yeah, awesome. So how can we be involved with ARCA and maximize our membership? So some of the things that you can do is the committee opportunities. You can join a committee. ARCA has numerous committees: the Expo Committee, Golf Committee, bowling committees for both Phoenix and Tucson, Membership and Marketing Committee, National Women in Roofing, the Arizona chapter, Riders Rally Committee, Sporting Clays Committee, Young Professionals Committee, and even legislative and government agencies. You can also sponsor an event. Or you can register for some of the trainings and events, and again, that's at azroofing.org. And make sure you invite a guest. So if there's a member that hasn't attended an ARCA event, can be a guest, or a non-member that might be interested in joining ARCA, make sure you bring a friend. Come prepared to these events with business cards. Utilize your time at these events to maximize your networking potential. Maybe host a lunch and learn or facilitate informational meetings for ARCA members. You can volunteer at any of the events that we have, and make sure to stay on top of or up to date on some of these events that you download the ARCA Events app, the YAP app.
Yeah, this app is really cool. I just picked it up the other day. Just download the app on your Google or Apple Play Store and make sure you put in ARCA Events, all caps, to access the schedule for ARCA. But we've got the expo coming up, and that's why I downloaded it. It literally pulls up the schedule of all the events on there, time frames, information about each detail on it. So it's a great app. Check it out.
So let's talk about ARIF, the Arizona Roofing Industry Foundation. So back in 2009, some board members decided to create the ARIF. So it's a nonprofit that was created to benefit scholarships, to benefit giving back to the community. And it's a 501c3 for tax purposes. Although it has its own separate board of directors, and although it works very closely and integrated with the Arizona Roofing Contractors Association, it is completely separate.
All right, let's look into ARIF a little bit more here. So some of the cool things that they bring to the table are scholarships. It's a minimum of $2,500 awarded per student, and who is able to submit a scholarship application, the application process, and the application deadline. Some ARIF events that are put on are the annual ARIF golf tournament hosted in January. These funds help support scholarships that we just mentioned over here. We've got the sporting clay tournaments in the spring and the fall, also supporting scholarships. And then we have the Phoenix Bowling Tournament. This funds and supports ARIF and New Pathways for Youth organization, whereas the Tucson Bowling Tournament funds and supports ARIF and youth on their own.
Sure. So let's let you know who is able to submit a scholarship application as well as what that process looks like. So applicants to the Arizona Roofing Industry Education Foundation must be an ARCA member, a full-time employee. This includes a full-time employee, a full-time employee's spouse, or a full-time employee's child, biological, legally adopted, or stepchild, it doesn't matter. And also who is either a high school senior or graduate planning to enroll in a full-time undergraduate course, or a student already enrolled in a full-time undergraduate course at an accredited 2 or 4 year college, university, vocational, or technical school. The process is, on April 1st, applications are distributed electronically to the ARCA database. The email asks that the information be distributed to employees or posted on an employee board available via email and on the ARIF website. Completed applications and requested supporting materials are due into the ARCA and ARIF office by May 1st. There's an interview process, and then the final decision and notification is done by June 15th.
Since ARIF has been around, we have been able to distribute over 100 scholarships to ARCA members.
Yeah, and obviously as us, Arizona Roofing Contractors Association, Arizona Roofing Industry Foundation, being involved in the trades, it's wonderful to be able to issue scholarships to people to get into vocational and trade schools. So what to do next? Now that you have this information, these are some of the things that you can do next. What you put in is what you get out. So you're attending events, attending the training, maximizing your benefit as being a member of ARCA. The more you put in, the more you're going to get out. You can visit the ARCA website to verify that your company information is correct once you become a member. You can identify a committee or to participate in, maybe help chair. You can notify the ARCA office that you want to be added to the committee meeting invites. You can follow ARCA on social media, on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. You can provide updated info as needed. Just check your profile on ARCA on the website. Just make sure everything is up to date. And you also have utilization of your ARCA logo. So some of our members you see will put this logo on their websites, on their vehicles, on their signage, anything like that. Just letting people know, again, it builds credibility, with homeowners, with businesses, just letting them know you're a part of ARCA. You can like and join ARCA on social media, as we mentioned, and announce your affiliation with ARCA on social media, as well as telling your customers that you're a member. And again, don't forget to download that YAP app.
So personally for our business, we have the ARCA logo on our website. We are able to put it on our invoicing. We can put it on the trucks, like Eric said, and I love getting this out there because this lets our customers know and that we are trusted. We care about doing things the right way, and we're part of an organization that is really after the best practice standards in the industry. You can go onto ARCA's website to download it under the resources tab. You do need to be a member to log in and access it.
Yeah, absolutely, and it helps build credibility too, because to be a member of ARCA, which would be the only way to get access to the logos, you have to be licensed, bonded, and insured. And again, follow us on social media, Facebook, LinkedIn, at the Arizona Roofing Contractors Association, or ARCA, and on Instagram at ARCA-AZ. And you can also follow the National Women in Roofing Arizona chapter on social media, as well as the ARCA Young Professionals. Again, thanks for joining us on this journey, explaining to you about a lot of the benefits involved in being a member of the Arizona Roofing Contractors Association, as well as being associated with the Arizona Roofing Industry Foundation. If you have any questions, please do not hesitate to call the office or email the office at arca@azroofing.org.
Yeah, thank you guys so much for taking the time to listen to the presentation, and we look forward to seeing you at the next event.